Good afternoon, everybody. This is John from sunny South Texas, and today's video we're going to kind of pick up where we left off in the other one. Last video we talked about keyword research and how it's essential for many aspects of your Google ranking, as far as getting high quality content, keywords linked into your meta tags, title tags, and all those, showing niche expertise and a couple other areas of your H1s through 6s, etc., etc. So in today's video, I'm going to look at one of the other factors. This one's about 17% of the ranking equation. This one is linking. Now there's two types of links. Actually there's three, but I'm just going to focus on these main two. You got your internal linking and your external linking. Now when you're building your website, I'm going to go ahead and pick on my own website because I can. No one's going to complain. I'm not going to complain. If you notice, when you go through my website, there's links here and there. Like, I talk about web design, and then I have a link that goes to web design. And then in this page, I talk about various other small services I offer. And of course, I got linking directly to the purchase pages, but web design services, I got a link here. Notice how that link brought you to a blog page where I talk more in depth about that particular service. That's a way to squeeze in more keywords. See, I have an entire page discussing web design. However, by adding blogs, you're able to go into more depth and use more varied keywords and really drive home the point, so that Google will say, okay, you mentioned web design on your home page. You might have a whole service page about web design, and you got blogs preaching about web design. That's internal linking stack. That's how you build up authority for those particular terms. And same thing with SEO. You click there, it goes to the SEO page. And here I have several keywords here highlighted, which are hyperlinked to blogs or other places on the website. Like this one goes back to web design. A web design company goes right back to the home page. Every page links to every other page. That way, when the Google bots come through and they start trickling down through this page, they're going to go through every link that I have and find out where it goes. Now you want every page to be linked to every other page. That's called good internal linking structure. Otherwise you run the risk of having an orphaned page floating around out there that nothing links to and there's no way to get to it. That is bad. Now another type of linking I wanted to discuss is blogs. As I mentioned before, blogs are a great way, when internally linked with your website, to be able to expand upon a point. You want to kind of, like the old speech adage goes, you want to tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. So on the home page, you're going to give a couple paragraphs just telling them what you're going to tell them. Then link that with a hyperlink for a certain keyword like web design to the service page. That's where you really tell them. You give them all kinds of information and details, and with some of the technical terms, hyperlink them out to a blog where you can then explain what the technical term means. That way you cover all the attributes, all the major keywords in detail, without just flooding a huge page full of material that no one's going to want to read through. Because, admit it, if there's more than 2,000 words on a page, you start skimming. So that's where the blogs come in. Break it up into easy to bite chunks, hyperlink them out to the more material portions. So then you can discuss it there. Another great thing you can do with blogs is external linking. To build the domain authority of your website, Google likes to see other websites vouch for you, kind of. It's like a popularity contest. Say your site's new, you're like the new kid in high school. No one knows who you are. Google's the king of the school, and he's going, who the hell is this guy? Everyone looks around, no one raises their hand, so he's like, you're a zero. That's just kind of how it is. Now, say you have a new website out there, but you've asked around to other, let's say you're a hormone replacement therapist, I do a lot of those, and you've been reaching out to your colleagues in your field who also have well-performing websites, and they have blog sections on their websites. Say you reach out to them and ask, hey, I wrote up a really great article on PRT therapy. Would you mind if I guest posted it on yours? They'll probably be most inclined to be like, yeah, sure, send it over, I'll take a look at it. If it looks good, if you write a good article, it's solid, it's got the right keywords in there, it's got the right content, it's interesting, it has good user intent, the other guy might be inclined to say, yeah, I'll go ahead and post this, that's a good article. And by doing that, you're able to take some of that domain authority. Say he's on page 1 and he's got like a 30 to 40 point domain authority. You're brand new, so you don't have like anything. By posting your blog on his page, some of that domain authority trickles down to your site. So suddenly you're at a 5 because you have this guy kind of vouching for you. Now you keep doing that over and over again, so you have multiple different websites that are all ranking really well in Google that have blogs that you've written linking back to your website for particularly hyperlinked keywords, just like we showed you here. Say, let me just look at one of these blogs. Let's go with that one. See, in this one, there's only just to talk about web design, so that's the only major keyword there. So that would be the impetus. If I was to put this out on someone else's website that does web design, explaining why every small business needs a website, them running that blog sends juice down to my site for that particular term. So that's a way that you're able to boost the ranking for a certain term, while at the same time boosting the domain authority for your website. So that's how this works. That's how you build up your backlink profile with good content that others are going to want to feature on their blog sites, so that you can get them to lend some of their authority to you, and eventually you build that up over time. That, coupled with what we discussed in the keyword research chapter and the first part, is how you are sure to build your authority around the right set of keywords, and it corresponds somewhat with what people are actually putting into Google for search intent. And again, I showed you my keyword research tool for that. If you are unfamiliar with that, go back and rewatch volume 1 and then move on to volume 2, and that will cover keyword research for building out the content of your website, picking which keywords to build articles around. Another great thing to do with that, let me pull it up and give you a little taste here. This is Mangools. I really like this program. As far as keyword research, it's just the bomb. See, I'll go TRT and just write how. Go with the who's, what's, why's, and how's, and it'll give you a goldmine of ideas of what to write about for your blog. How much does TRT cost? And here's a couple other variations on that same thing, but 900 people are searching that. So if I wrote a blog talking about the pricing structure, what insurances are taken, things like that, there's an easy grab. It's not even showing up for keyword difficulty. There's no keyword difficulty. So that's an easy one to grab. And how much does it cost, how to get it online, how much is TRT without insurance, how to get TRT replacement therapy, how expensive, how to get prescribed. See, there's a slew of different who's, what's, why's, and how's out there that people are typing into Google, all kinds of questions. And using a keyword research tool and plugging in the right combination of the keyword, followed by who, what, why, when, how, and you'll start getting all these questions, and you'll find topics that you can write a pretty short and concise blog on, but it'll expand on the point enough in order for you to rank for that particular question. Especially if when you write your blog, you make that your H1 tag. So this has been John Elder. Hopefully this backlinking section has helped you out a little bit, and I'll be back with Volume 3 here shortly. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.